So today we are going to discuss last class we discussed about star schema, snowflake schema, fact cancellation schema. So these schemas we are discussing in the last class. So today we are going to, and also we also discussed about three types of measures are there. They are distributive measures, algebraic measures, and holistic measures. So let us see the today's concept. Today's concept is a concept hierarchy. So what is concept hierarchy is, so in a data warehouse, we are going to store the data at the different levels. For example, you may store the detailed data at the office level. Sometimes the company manager wants to know information about the city level. Then we need to go for the higher levels. So that is from office, we need to go to the city level. So that for that, what kind of cities need to be merged? For example, see here, I have different offices. The offices are there. Different offices which are major Frankfurt, and Elchon, Mwind will be come under a city called as Vancouver. So like that. So which particular cities come under which particular offices come under which particular city? That information will be given by a hierarchy called as concept hierarchy. So what is concept hierarchy is? So what is concept hierarchy is how we need to generate data. If a user is asked to data give at the higher levels, so from low level to higher level, how to reach which particular data items to be merged. For example, I have city level data called as Germany and country level data called as Germany and Spain. So if I want to convert region level, Germany, Spain come under Europe, Canada, Mexico come under the North America. So like this, how to merge the different countries. These are all information which can be given by a hierarchy called as the concept hierarchy. So concept hierarchies exist for each and every dimension. For example, this is the concept hierarchy for a dimension called as the location. So next one is, if you take so I already told that a data warehouse is a multi-time data model, that is intermittently data queue will be there. So in data queue, we are having a qubit called as the Apex qubit or 0D qubit, where we contain the all information about all aggregate measures, everything available, a qubit called as the Apex qubit. So if you observe this particular one here, this particular product, date, country at the bottommost level is called as the base qubit, or here I contain data about 3 dimensional, it is also called a 3-dimensional qubit. Like this, every multidimensional data warehouse is called as lattice of qubits. Several qubits will be there. So those all qubits combine together to form a thing called as a multidimensional data warehouse. So at the highest mode, we have a qubit called as a 0D qubit. Here we can get the information about all the dimensions, but summarized data or consolidated data is available. So basically, on top of the qubits, we can able to perform various operations. What are the operations we can perform? Is the first operations we are going to perform called as roll-up operation. On data warehouse, we are going to perform an operation called as roll-up. It is also called as drill-up. What is meant by roll-up operation is giving the data at the higher levels. For example, if you are having the data at the street level, you may going from higher level street to the city, city to state, state to the country. So like this, moving from low level to high level is performed by using an operation called as roll-up. Roll-up means by climbing up the tree hierarchy. Whatever the concept hierarchy given, on the concept hierarchy, going to the higher levels is called as roll-up operation. In the same way, we are also having an operation called as roll down. It is also called as drill down. It is reverse of roll-up. For example, if we are having information about the quarter level, we will move to quarter level to the month level and month level to the day level. So this is downwards. So downwards operation is going to called as the drill down operation or roll down operation. Next operation what we are going to perform is on top of multidimensional data warehouse is slice operation. For example, you are having here the data warehouse contain information about 3 dimensions: country, product, date. For example, if you want information about only date or you want information about only product. So how you are going to get only product information is by performing an operation called as slice operation. So slice operation is going to give the information about one dimension. So slice is an operation which is used to perform, get the information about one dimension. Next operation is the dice operation. What is a dice operation? For example, you want 2D. For example, data warehouse containing of three-dimensional data, but you want only 2D. For example, product date you need, or you need product country, or you need date or country, like that. Only you need two to more number of dimensions. Then information about 2 to n number of dimension information will be given by a operation called as the dice. Dice operation is going to information about more than one dimension. So slices gives only one dimension, and if you want two-dimensional data or more than three dimension, it is going to give an operation called as dice operation. So these are the operation. Next one is pivot operation. What is pivot operation? Is pivot operation nothing but rotate or reorient the cube. What is reorientation is, for example, you are having the information about 3D way. You will be able to rotate the 3D data, and you are going to generate 2D planes, convert the three-dimensional data into the two-dimensional data. So this particular operation is called as the pivot operation. So next, other than these roll up, roll down, slice, dice, and pivot operation, we're also having the operations like a drill across operation and a drill through operation. What is meant by drill across operation is, whenever, normally I told that a multidimensional data warehouse is having a different models called as snowflake models, star schema, and a fact considered schema. For example, sometimes you are following in data warehouse, if you are having the fact considered schema, then you are having more than one fact table. Then for a given query, we need to process more than one fact table. So that is called as the drill across operation. That is called as the drill across operation. Next one is drill through operation. So what is drill through operation is, whatever the query is given, to answer the query, the information is not available in data warehouse. You need to again go to your databases where the relational database is having. So the getting the data from the bottommost level rather than data warehouse is performed through an operation called as drill through operation. Drill across means accessing more than one fact table. Drill through means it is not at all data warehouse. Completely where we'll go away from data warehouse, we'll go to the relational tables at the backend database. From there, we are going to retrieve data. Those operations we are going to call as drill through operations. So this is the simple diagram representing various operations what we are going to perform. So here we have the data at the quarter level. So roll up operation on the location. So for example, here we have the data at the city level: Vancouver, Toronto, New York, and Chicago. Now what I done by perform a roll up operation, now I have the data at the country level: Canada, USA. So this is called as roll up operation. Next one is slice operation. For example, I in our data warehouse, I have all the dimensions about the dimension about item, and I have time operation and also location. 3 dimensions are there, but I want only about time only. So I applied slice for the time. So I'm getting only quarter data only, quarters data, Q1, Q2. So this is called a slice operation. Again, so here on slice operation, if for example here I have the information in terms of location and item, but I want to translate in different way. So on x-axis I want to change the dimensions. So for that I am applying an operation called as pivot operation. Pivot operation can be reorient the cube or rotate the cube. So here I am rotating. I am converting one dimension to the another dimension. So that is pivot operation. Next one is dice operation. What is dice operation? If you want more than one dimension, slice is not suitable. For that, we have to go for dice. Here I am getting the partial cube or some portion of the cube. That is with the 2 dimensions. One is the item, another one is the time. So I'm not taking I'm not taking the time. I'm taking only location and the item. So for that, I need to perform an operation called as a dice operation. So here I have the drill down operation. What is drill down operation? I'm not going to So what I want is I have information only in terms of quarters only, but I need month-wise data. For that, I am performing drill down operation. Drill down means going to specialization, more detailed level. So here quarters is divided into January, February, March, April, like that. So I have my month oriented. This is called as drill down. So drill down operation is the reverse operation for the roll up operation. So roll up means higher levels, drill down means lower levels, slice means one dimension, pivot means reorient or rotate, dice means more than one dimension. So these are the basic operations which are performed where performed in the data warehouse. So they're popularly referred as OLAP operations. So if anyone asks you what is meant by OLAP operations, we have four types of OLAP operations. They are roll up operation, drill down operation, slice, dice, and pivot. So these are basic operations. Other than this, we have drill across and drill through. So whenever you want to access more than one fact table, for that we have to access drill across, and whenever you want to access rather than database, you want to access databases. For that we need to have to use a drill through operation. Next topic is StarNet query model. What is StarNet query model is whatever the different concept hierarchies we are having, all these concept hierarchy represented in a single model by using a model called as the StarNet query model. Here each and every line, each and every line is going to represent a concept hierarchy of one dimension. It is going to represent concept hierarchy for each and every dimension, and each and every dot is going to represent an abstraction level. It is also called as a footprint. For example, here let us see, I have name. For example, if I take item as a concept hierarchy, here are the what are the levels is name can be generalized to brand. Brand can be generalized to category. Category can be generalized to type. For example, name. For example, I have name is noodles. I have noodles are there. I have noodles are there. Now, for example, what I want to do is noodles are there. For example, different kinds of brands, Yippee noodles, Maggi noodles, like that. I have the different brands are there, and these brand all come under I can food products, and so like this I can generalize the item. Next one is here I have the time. So time can be migrate like this: day to the month to quarter, month to the quarter to the year. So next one is location. So location I have migration like street to city, city to state, state to the country, country to the continent. So like this I can migrate. So next topic is data warehouse architecture. So if you want to design a data warehouse architecture, how we need to design the data warehouse architecture. So how we have to do data warehouse steps in the data warehouse architecture is, so the main interest a business analyst having the requirement of having data warehouse is, the first one is competitive advantage. So we have to improve the sales, and second one is improving the business productivity. Third one is maintenance of customer relationship management, cost reduction. So these are the four activities of the business analyst which he can use the data warehouse. Why we can the data a business analyst will be design data warehouses, we will get the competitive advantage. So when along with any other company, if you want to competitively increase the sales, for that we need to analyze how much of the sales is there, which products are selling very periodically, regularly, which are giving more profits. For all these purposes, we need the data warehouse. So basically, if you want to design a data warehouse, there are four views are there. So what are the four views you are having is that first view is top-down view. It will allows you to the selection of relevant information for the data warehouse. So what exactly that information which has to be contained inside data warehouse, which is given by a view called as the top-down view. Next view is the data source view. Okay, data is collected. From where we have to collect. So exposes the information being captured, stored, managed by the operational system. What is our sources? And next one is third one is data warehouse. What kind of fact tables and what kind of dimension tables we have to require in the data warehouse. That view we are going to call as a data warehouse view. Next one is business query view. What is business query view is, here we are going to see the perspective of the data in terms of how we are going to give information to the end user. Whether what kind of the expectation for the end user, how to process the end user queries. These are all information we are going to discuss in a view called as a business query view. So basically, for the building of the data warehouse, we can follow some kind of methodologies, approaches. So the approaches are two ways are there. One is a top-down approach. Second one is bottom-up. So what is top-down approach is, it comes with the overall design and planning, completely with design. What are the dimensions? What are the fact tables? What are the keys are there? How many fact tables are required? What kind of measures we need? Everything will be planned, and depending upon the planning, we are going to design. So this kind of a model is called as the top-down model. And next one is bottom-up model. We don't have any planning agent. We start directly building data warehouse according to the mistakes and expectations, whatever the coming up with the problems. So automatically we will improve one by step by step. This approach is called as bottom-up approach. So what is the difference between the top-down and bottom-up is, top-down guarantees that good effective model immediately, but bottom-up will not guarantee, but it will build the model very fastly. So for the building the data warehouse, we can also follow the software engineering methodologies like waterfall model or spider model also. So you are in a waterfall model is step by step. We have certain steps will be there. By following the steps, we are going to design a structure. Spiral model is the model going to build up very fastly. So that whenever we have any problems with the model, immediately we can the turnaround time is very quick. That's why the models can be built very fastly. And also, if you want to build a data warehouse, we need to follow the four things we need to select. First one is, we have to choose a business process to model. What is the business process? Whether you want to model orders or you want to model invoices, that is, what is the business process? For that, we want to build the data warehouse. First, we need to choose that particular business process. Once you have selected the business process, then we need to choose the atomic level of the data. Then we need to choose the atomic level of the data. So that is the lowest level of the data where we want to focus. What is the lowest level? In the concept hierarchy, whether we need to focus on the street or where we need to focus. Next one is, choose the dimensions. For the data warehouse, we want to select the dimensions exactly. For the fact table, what are dimensions we need, and after that measures. So in the fact table, whether we need to compute the sum of the sales or we need to calculate what is the revenue or profit, what kind of measures we need to calculate. So these are the four things we have to calculate while building a data warehouse. So this is the architecture of the data warehouse. What is the data warehouse architecture is? So basically at the lowest level, we have operational databases and external source. From this, by performing a famous process called as the ETL. What is ETL is extraction, transformation, loading. By performing these processes, we are going to build the data warehouse. So again, data warehouse may contain different subjects information. If you want to maintain a specific subject information, for that we are going to maintain another component called as a data mart. So data mart will contain specific subject. So it contains, for example, sales, orders. So specific subject information will be available in data warehouse. Collection of different subjects will be available in the data warehouse. And also, whatever the data we have data warehouse, that information we are going to maintain in a area called as the metadata repository. What kind of algorithms will be there? How many fact tables are there? What are the keys are there? Every information will be available in the metadata repository. So the performance of the data warehouse will be monitored completely by two components. One is a monitoring and administration. So on top of this particular data warehouse, we are having a server called as OLAP server. So what is OLAP server is, for example, the end user may request some kind of a query, you want to perform some kind of analysis, or he wants to perform some data mining technique. So he will give his query to the OLAP server. The OLAP server is going to analyze the query, what the user is expecting, what kind of data I want to select. So that information, that analysis is done in the OLAP server. Then for the analysis, what are required data will be required from the data warehouse. So this is the three-tier architecture of the data warehouse. If anyone asks what is the three-tier architecture of data warehouse, we have three bottom tier, middle tier, and top tier. What is the bottom tier is your data warehouse server is your bottom tier, and OLAP server is your middle tier, and the top tier which contain the front-end tools. So basically the data warehouse will be three types of warehouse will be there. So enterprise data warehouse, data mart, virtual warehouse. What is meant by enterprise warehouse is if it contain all subject information, then that is called an enterprise warehouse. So it is suitable for the entire organization. Sometimes if you want to store for some specific users, some specific groups, then data warehouse is not required. For this, we need data mart. Data mart will contain the information belong to a particular area only. Virtual warehouse. So here we'll prepare some views on the databases. So it is now we are not building any data warehouse. On database, we are going to prepare some kind of views. So basically, this is the data warehouse development recommended approach. Ela unda data warehouse ante it is a multi-type data warehouse, but so we need, for example, you want to perform on the entire database. For this, we need the enterprise data warehouse. If you are required only subject information, for that we need data marts. Several data marts will combine together, and then we are forming distributed data marts. So collection of what is a data warehouse is, it is a collection of enterprise data warehouse, data marts combined together forms the multi-tier data warehouse. So that's it with these all topics we are discussed. And also the OLAP servers are basically categorized into, just we discussed. In the middle layer, we are having OLAP server. Basically, OLAP servers are basically classified into three types of servers. They are ROLAP servers, MOLAP servers, and hybrid servers. What is meant by OLAP server is, here we are going to use the relational data model. So that kind of server is called, we are not going to build the data warehouse model, multi-dimensional data cubes we are not having. We are having only relational data model. Then that kind of server is called as the relational data model. When you prepared your data warehouse thing, that is your stored data in terms of data cubes. For that, we have required a server called as multi-dimensional OLAP server, which is very fast. Compared with the ROLAP, it is very, very fast. And next one is hybrid. It is a combination of both the ROLAP and MOLAP. And other servers we are also having, they are called as special SQL servers. They will support SQL queries over star and Snowflake schema. Basically, OLAP servers are classified into four categories. They are ROLAP, MOLAP, hybrid, and specialized SQL servers. So that's it for today. That's it for today. Thank you. Any doubt?